Hi everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Pause and Effect Quick Play. I'm your host CJ, and today I'm going to be trying to learn some more RPG Maker. RPG Maker MV to be exact. Now, give me just a moment. I need to make sure that all of this is still set up how I need it to be. Okay, I'm turned down the Spotify audio. Okay, is this coming through? Yes, it is. That's good. Although I could probably turn it up a little bit more. Cool. Now, okay, my Spotify audio thing for OBS is good. Now I need to test something with YouTube capture. Okay, this is the thing that I was gonna look at. Okay, not quite. Here we go. Switches. Perfect. It's coming through. So I'm actually going to spend a moment real fast and update the description of my stream with both the tutorial I'm currently referencing and the album I'm currently listening to through Spotify. It's this album is the same as the one I listened to last time, thankfully. So all I need to do is just copy and paste that over. And it works for the most part. So I just need to get rid of this tutorial referenced section that I copied over. Grab RPG Maker MV Tutorial 15 switches by some randev. Save that. And I'm going to have to come back to this later as I keep doing stuff, so here we go.
Okay, so, hello, my name is Bob. You cannot pass until Joe says you're allowed to. Well, alright, then let's go ask Joe if we're allowed to pass. Hello, Joe. Hello, I am Joe. You're now allowed to pass. Alright, cool, so let's go back and pass then. Hello, my name is Bob. You cannot pass until Joe says you're allowed to. But Joe said we're allowed to. So we got a little situation going on here. Bob is not letting us pass until Joe says he can pass, but Joe is already saying we can pass no matter what. So what's going on here? And the answer is, there's no way for Joe to actually tell Bob, the event, that we're allowed to pass. But he will be able to today, because today we're going to be learning about switches, which are going to be a global database of these things that can turn on and off that each event can access and manipulate in order to check and see how things are going on. It's a little hard to explain, but just imagine this. Say we talk to Bob, he's going to check to see if switch 1, for example, is turned on or off. If it's turned off, that means he's not going to let us pass. But if we talk to Joe, Joe's going to turn switch 1 on, and then when we go back, Bob is then going to see switch 1 is turned on, and then let us pass. And that is a basic concept of how switches work. Like I said before, they're going to be pretty much a global database throughout your game that your events will be able to use to manipulate each other. So let's get straight into it. To start off, we're going to go straight into our Joe event right here and make so he turns on switch 1. Quite literally. We're going to go to this thing right here called Control Switches within the first tab. When we press on it, we'll bring up this very small little window. We'll click on this little place right here, and you'll notice we have all these lists of all these numbers. And each number represents a switch. So for example, we choose number 1 right here. We can give it a name. We can not give.
So I'm going to do something real quick. I need to double check this event. Okay, we're in business. And I should probably pop this out while I'm at it. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I guess that's what I have the stream open on my phone for. If anybody talks, I can check it out. Cool. So this is what I need, and this I'm actually going to change. So show text. Okay. Sorry to say that just like a DJ booth, I don't do requests. If you want your fortune told, please interact with me from the counter. Okay, so I want to test something.
Give it a name. It depends on you, and we'll call it.
Oh wait, I missed something. So I'm gonna go into my fortune teller table.
Switch 1. Quite literally. We're gonna go to this thing right here called control switches within
Control switches.
the first tab. When we press on it, we'll bring up this very small little window. We'll click on this little place right here, and you'll notice we have all these lists of all these numbers, and each number represents a switch. So for example, we choose number 1 right here. We can give it a name, we can not give it a name, it depends on you, and we'll call it, for example, my switch. Ooh, whoa, switch, there we go. So number 1 is now called my switch, and I'm going to set my switch on as opposed to off, or we're going to hit it on. Hit OK, and now when we talk to Joe, at the very end of all of his dialogue, he's going to turn number 1, my switch, on. And now we can make so Bob can check see whether the switch is turned on or off, and then make actions accordingly. Now keep in mind that at the beginning of your game, all of your switches are going to be turned off. So switch 1 will not be turned on until we talk to Joe, which means if we go into Bob, we can make so he's not going to let us pass until switch 1 is turned on. And how are we going to do this? We have quite a few amount of options, but let's try this. I want you to go up here and click New Event Page, and that's going to create a new event pretty much in this same event. Now you're probably thinking, a new event page, that means you're just going to add more events onto the same event? And the answer is, not really. Instead of just adding like more events to the current event, this is actually going to create an entirely new event that will appear on this spot if a certain condition is true. So for example, if we go over to the conditions box right here, choose my switch right here and hit OK, that means this event will be here if my switch is turned on. Otherwise, this event will be here. And the way it works is pretty simple. It's going to go to the highest numbered page, say page 2, and check its condition first. If it's true, we're going to see page 2 event right here. Otherwise, we're going to see page 1's event. So, as you can see, page 2 is just going to be a completely blank event. It's going to have below character's priority, trigger the action button, and nothing's going to happen. So for the most part, it's completely unnoticeable to the player. On the other hand, if my switch is turned off, we're going to be seeing our Bob character right here blocking our path. But that's enough wasting time. Let's see this in action. So to start off, let's go meet our friend Bob right here. He's going to tell us we're not allowed to pass because Joe hasn't given us permission yet. So let's go up to Joe and ask for permission. He'll say, "Hello, I am Joe. You're not allowed to pass." And when we go back down, we'll find that Bob has mysteriously disappeared. We can walk over top of his event and go into the house, and we have been allowed to pass. And the reason for this is like we discussed before. Joe is going to turn switch 1 on, and when switch 1 is on, we're not going to see our Bob event. Instead, we're going to see our blank event on page 2 right here, which we can walk over, ignore, and not even see it exists. Now, this is the first way we can do this, but there's actually another way we can do this. In fact, let's try it out right now. So let's go to delete event page to delete page 2, and instead, we're going to create a conditional branch. To do so, simply go into the first tab, click conditional branch, and we're going to be brought up to this huge new section with all these new tabs. All you need to worry about is this switch part right here. We're going to check see if my switch right here is set to on, as you see right here. We'll hit OK, and now we're going to be brought to this little cool thing that's going to have this little space in between it. And this little space right here is going to be activated if my switch is on. So for example, if we click in here and say Joe gave you permission, as you see right here, then we can do that when Joe has given permission. And then another thing we can do is we go to, say, like, our movement thing, which should be right around right here. We'll set it so this event moves left. We're going to wait for completion, hit OK, and now when switch 1 is on, he's going to say Joe gave you permission and move to the left. So starting off, Bob is going to say, hello, my name is Bob, you cannot pass, and all that stuff. But then he's not going to say you have permission from Joe, and he moves left because the switch 1 isn't turned on. Well, if we go turn switch 1 on, like so, hello, I'm Joe, you're not allowed to pass. We'll go back, we'll talk to him again, he'll say the same stuff, my name is Bob, you cannot pass, but then he's going to say Joe gave you permission, then he's going to move to the left because switch 1 was turned on. Now we can go to the house, same as before. And that's another way we can make this happen. Now that's actually a third way we can do this, which would probably be the most effective and the one you want to do in your actual game, which is using...
So let's see.
Else branch in your conditional branch. So if you go into your conditional branch like I just did and hit space, you can open it back up to edit.
So, conditional branch. There. Now my question is, what I just did, does that, Well, let me try it out and see what happens. Yo, you want to learn how to do a fucking infinite? All right, so let's see. Cool. No running in the halls. Detention for you. Okay, so that worked exactly how I wanted it to. So, save this. So, I'm going to set up a new thing. Fortune Tent Dungeon. Oh, it's my favorite song. That's kind of cool as a floor, actually. Actually, this feels more like a wall. Here we go. This is very tricky. Okay, back to the jail bars. Oops. Okay, now I go back to this pillar right here. Yeah, no. Wait, idea. I feel like Ed from Ed, Ed, and Eddie going like, wait, my brain is working. That's not gonna work, actually. I think gives it a little bit more of an organic crumble-ish type of affair, you know? Oh, right. Right, the pillar I need is like right hereabouts. Wait. Wait, here we go. And grab this too. Oh, wait. Hindsight is always 20/20 with this shit. That's one, that's two. Okay. Yeah, that looks a little better. Now I think I can do the rest of the floor. No, I'll just stick with what I have. Okay, now that I have something sort of set up, I can go back to my monster that I made. Where's that teleport function? Transfer player to Fortune Tent Dungeon. This space right here. Okay. You know, now that I've figured out how to do switches and stuff like that with this tutorial, one thing I suppose I could do is click on this princess again. Control switches. Princess Charity. Apply. Okay. Turn that on. New event page. Control switches. If Princess Charity is on. Or wait, no. Delete that. Conditional branch, switch Princess Charity on. If Princess Charity is on, show text. Gotta go grab the princess face. You tell anyone this was an act of charity and I'll kill you. Okay, if this works, then I gotta check and see. Oh, she's gone. That scared me almost, but okay. Because I need her to show up when she, Okay, so I broke something with her character. Well, let me... Control a variable. I'll try this one. If princess interaction... Actually, no, I probably shouldn't do this. I'm committed to figuring this out. Okay, the princess is still gone. Okay, delete event page. I'm going to delete this as well. And copy paste all this. Delete. If princess interaction equals 0, yeah, I think this might work actually for what I want to do with her. Control variables. I don't think I need to create an else branch. Control variables. No, wait. Conditional branch. Variable if princess interact equals 1. You tell anyone this was charity and I'll kill you. Alright, let's see what that does. She's still not here. What the hell? Maybe I just need to turn that switch off. Okay. There she is. Okay, so that kind of does what I wanted to do. I think I know what to do. So I'll get rid of that. New event page. People 3. Now I can't talk to her. What the hell? What if I deleted that? Will that fix my issue? I still can't talk to her. Do I just need to delete that event page? I certainly didn't think that I'd spend what feels like 30 minutes like bugging my NPCs and trying to fix them. Okay, perfect. She's working exactly how I want her to. Sorry to say that just like a DJ booth, I don't do requests. If you want your fortune told, please interact with me from the counter. Welcome to my house, as you can see. There, he showed up. No running in the halls. Detention for you. Yeah, that worked. I just need to make sure that he walks. Step in, apply. Okay. And I need to make sure that I place something in this room. How many different types of things do I... Whoa. I didn't realize I had access to all this. This is... Wow, this is cool. Apply that. Okay. I should look this up again. Apply music to RPG Maker MV scene.
In this video, I'm going to show you how you'll generally ground me to not hear town right here is on that map.
Oh, it's in the properties of the scene itself. Okay. Okay. I should add some walls here. Okay, switch back to event mode. I'm gonna add a door. Okay. Okay. There's the demon. No running in the halls. Detention for you. Okay, so that works. So it autoplays at 50%. Got it. Alright, that works for me. Now I think the best thing for me to do Yeah, I think I can see something coming together. But why don't I just continue with the tutorial on switches just to see, because he was going to go through a third one.
We want to go down here and click create else branch. So what's going to happen is, if switch 1 is on, it's going to do all this stuff right here. The Joe gave you permission and set movement route. But if it isn't on, and it's the opposite of true, that means we're going to do this else branch right here. So for example, if we want to put this in here, cut this and paste it in here, now what's going to happen is, step 1 is going to check see if switch 1 is on. If it isn't on, it's going to do a default dialog, which is, hello, my name is Bob, and you cannot pass. But if it is on, he's going to say, Joe gave you permission, and move left. And that's really all there is to it. So now when we talk to him when switch 1 is off, he's going to say, my name is Bob, you cannot pass. Then we're going to go turn on switch 1 by talking to Joe. So, hello, I am Joe, you're not allowed to pass. We're going to go back, and now he's going to skip the entire beginning dialogue and just go straight to the point, which is, Joe gave you permission, and then he's going to move to the left. We're going to go in, we're going to be happy, this is going to be great, and everything's going to work perfectly. And that's pretty much how switches are going to work. Like I said before in the very beginning, there's just going to be a bunch of data that I can access or manipulate with each event, then each event can react to whether or not it's on and off. And that's how you can pretty much make it so your game is dynamic and things change over time. In the next tutorial, we're going to be going over the even more complex version of these switches, which is variables, which are pretty much switches, but you can set them to numbers. And they get bigger, smaller, left, right, up, down. It's gonna be crazy. And that's all for this video. If we walk outside, we'll go straight into Bob because he's still standing there, but we won't even care. And that's all for now. Until next time, bye.
So it's going to load up the next one, which is on variables, which I kind of discovered for myself already. But let's give it a shot.
Now in the previous tutorial about switches, we fixed Bob and Joe's problem by making it so Joe turns on a switch, then Bob reacts to whether that switch is on and off. But there is a couple problems with this scenario. The first problem is, if we talk to Bob once, he's going to say he gave us permission, he's going to move to the left. But what if the player's a bad little player and they're going to go talk to Bob again? He's going to say he gave you permission, move more to the left. We can just keep making him move more and more to the left by keeping repeating the event by talking to him. And that's a bad thing. And not only that, if we go into the house and we go back outside of the house, we'll notice that, hey, Bob's back where he started and now we're standing on top of him. You can make that game design if you want, but I wouldn't recommend it. And how are we going to fix these issues? And the answer is variables. Variables isn't the answer, but I mean, we're going to use it anyway to show how they work in this tutorial. So like I may have mentioned in the previous tutorial, variables are like switches, but they're set to numbers instead of being set to simply on and off. And so instead of explaining it, let's get straight into it. Let's delete this switch and instead replace it with a variable. So we'll go to control variables under control switches. We'll go create a new variable. We'll set it so it's variable ID 1. We'll call it my variable. There we go. We'll hit OK, and we'll set my variable. We'll set it right here to set operation to 1. If you may have noticed, there's a whole ton of other stuff like add, subtract, multiply, divide, mod, variable, random, game data, script, all this crazy stuff. Don't worry about it. We're just going to set it to a constant of 1 and then hit continue. And now what's going to happen is, when this event is run and it gets to this point, our variable ID 1 called my variable is going to be set equal to 1. Which means we can now go into our Bob and have Bob react to whether the variable is set to 1 or set to 0, which is the default. Now if we go in here, we can set it so our conditional branch will edit it. And instead of checking for my switch to be on, we'll check if our variable is equal to 1. It's that simple. My variable is equal to constant of 1. Let's hit OK. Now what's going to happen is, if variable is equal to 1, we're going to get permission and he's going to move to the left. Otherwise, he's going to say the default dialog, which is, he's Bob, and we can't pass until Joe says so. And that's cool and all, but it doesn't resolve the issue, which is, how do we make it so that this only repeats once, and then it does something else from that point on? And the answer is, we're actually going to get rid of this else branch. So let's remove these two events right here. So copy, paste, whatever, go into this event, and remove the else branch. So now what's going to happen is, if variable 1 is turned on, then it's going to do this stuff. Otherwise, it's just going to skip all this and do this stuff, whatever, you get it. So to address the problem, we're going to go in here, we're going to go to another conditional branch, and we're going to check if my variable is equal to 0, which is the default. So if my variable is equal to 0, we're going to do the default dialog right in here. So boop, boop, boop. If variable is equal to 0, we'll put it on top right here. Right now I'm doing Control X to cut and Control V to paste. That's simple, just don't worry about it. So if my variable is equal to 0, you're going to do default dialog. If my variable is equal to 1, it's going to do the new dialog. But now we're going to do something else. Go back and
I just realized the thing that I should do is update the description of this stream with this tutorial as well. So I'm going to save that. That's done. That's good. So if you refresh the stream, you will be able to see the description update. And that should work well enough. Back to it.
can make a third conditional branch. If my variable is equal to 2, then he's going to say, please enter the house. And so when is variable 2 going to be turned on? It's going to be inside the code for variable 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to say control variables, set my variable, set it to 2. So now it's going to play this once. It's going to say Joe gave you permission, move this event to the left, then set the variable to 2. Then it's going to say please enter the house. And then since variable 2 is still going to be 2 no matter what, it's going to repeatedly say please enter the house every time you interact with him. So let's go up to Bob. He's going to say, hello, my name is Bob. You cannot pass. We're going to go up to Joe. We're going to ask for permission. Joe's going to turn variable 1 to 1, and then he's going to be like, you can now pass. Go back to Joe. Variable 1's going to be turned on, so he's going to say, you can now have permission, and he'll move to the left. Please enter the house. And now, when we go talk to him again, variable 1 will be still equal to 2, so he can continuously say, please enter the house, no matter what we do. So I guess let's just do what he says and go into the house. Except, yep, remember the second error, which is, oh boy, he's on top of us now, how are we going to fix this? And the answer is, we're going to go back into our room right here, go to this exit event right here, and double click on it. Now by default, transfer events are created automatically, but you can manipulate them if you wish. I want you to go to the very top of this event, double click on the first one so we can create a new event, control variables, set my variable ID 1, set it to constant of 3. So now my variable, which is going to be variable ID 1, is going to be set to 3. It's going to be placed on the very top, which means when the player tries to exit this house, variable 1 is going to be set to 3. Now, when variable 1 is set to 3, we can go into Bob, we can create a new event page, make so when my variable, which is variable ID 1, is greater than 3 or equal to 3, then he's going to be using this blank event which doesn't affect us. So I think finally we can now say that our Joe and Bob situation is resolved. Let's go test it out. So Bob's going to once again say, hello, my name is Bob, you cannot pass. We're going to go talk to Joe. Joe's going to turn variable 1 to 1 by saying, hello, I'm Joe, you may not pass. Now since variable 1 is going to be set to 1, Bob is going to give us permission to pass, and then he's going to set variable 1 to 2, and then say, please enter the house. We're going to talk to him again, but it's going to continue to say, please enter the house since variable 1 is set to 2. Now we're going to enter the house, and when we attempt to leave the house, variable 1 is going to be set to 3 by interacting with this event right here. And now that variable 1 is set to 3, Bob has disappeared because variable 1 is now 3, and that triggers his disappearance or just lack of an event that appears when variable 3 is 1 is, yeah. You get the point. Did you like this tutorial? I'm sure you did. Now, for the most part, that's how variables work. They're going to get complex, yes, but by using them, you're going to create stuff like this, which is a dynamic, cutscene, or world interactive events, which will manipulate throughout your actions, events, whatever. You got it. Okay, cool. Yeah. We'll get into more of this later. I'm just going to move back and forth. Say hi to Joe. Where did Bob go, Joe? Where did he go?
Okay, so that's the end of that tutorial. I'm going to mess around with this just so I can create like some sense of, or figure out how to create some sense of puzzle for all this. It does indeed go in the square hole. Barely, welcome to the stream. I don't know how long that message has been there, and I'm so sorry, but thank you for coming out. Okay, so these right here I've set up so that like if I find something in the cell, it will automatically destroy these. I'm gonna set these up as events. Then I find something in here that's going to open up this cell and destroy these. And then once I interact with like this pile of rubble, then I'll find a key that'll tick that global variable up to 1. So I'm gonna set that event up actually before I do. So EV002, I'm gonna call this key rubble. Let's see, show text. Actually, before I do that, here, perfect. There's something in the rubble. You found a key. No, wait, I have to set control variables. Keys found. Keys found set like add 1. Show text. You found a key. It can open a locked door. Apply, okay. Conditional branch. If keys found equals 0, show text, this door is locked. Okay. Conditional branch. Oops, I need variables. If keys found is greater than or equal to 1, paste this, paste this, paste that, paste that. Maybe a key will open it. This door is locked. Maybe a key will open it. You unlocked the door. There. Wait. Switch rubble 1. You hear something click as you feel around. Block break. Actually, I'll get rid of this because it might actually be a little better if I play around with a variable on this. Or not, because I am trying to just destroy objects in the scene. Yeah, block break 1. Set it off. here. Heard my music cut out for just a second there. Sorry about that, folks. Surprisingly, still haven't dropped any frames, but just keep saving my shit because I don't like my chances with this machine I've got. Yeah, this tile set actually looks kind of cool. Unsure if I have any use for it though, but yeah. Oops. Okay, so then what I need to do, so left cell 1, switch block break 1. I think I need to go back to that switches tutorial, or I can just try my hand at okay, let me apply that. Set that up. So then, just so I don't get these mixed up, so left cell 1, I'm gonna call this left cell 2. So now on this side, this is going to be right cell 2. I'll go tile set B. Same pillar. Right cell 1. Apply. All right. Ow. All right. So then what I got? So then switch rebel 1. Block break 1. Set to off. Conditional branch. If block break 1 is off, oh, is there anything that would just allow me to... Oh, that's for characters. Actor, party, message, game progression. Maybe that's all I need to do. Let's try it out. This is going to be really dumb, but... Test this interaction again. You tell anyone this is charity and I'll kill you. You tell anyone this is charity and I'll kill you. Sorry to say that just like a DJ booth, I don't do requests. If you want your fortune told, please interact with me from the counter. Welcome to my house. So there's the demon. No running in the halls. Detention for you. Same as, got it. Same as. Same as. Because I don't want to just be able to walk through them. I don't think that's what I'm looking for. Apply, okay. I'll just play the next one. Self switches.
So, the most asked question I've ever gotten for these beginner's tutorials is this. We got this NPC right here, let's go talk to the NPC, and the NPC says, here is some gold. And if we look in our inventory, we gained 100 gold. Except now when we talk to this NPC again, we're gonna get more gold. And when we talk to the NPC again, we're gonna get more gold. And the question is, how do we stop an NPC from giving us infinite amounts of gold, items, weapons, whatever they're giving us?
Well, this one I kind of already figured out.
You already know how to do this. But let's just review anyway. So to start off, here is our NPC. It's a very basic player event NPC thingy. Let's go right here to where the dialogue is, gives us gold, and under here let's do control switches. Let's create a new switch. We'll call it Stop Giving Gold. And as you can probably imagine, when this switch is turned on, this NPC will stop giving gold. So it's gonna say here's some gold, it's gonna give us 100 gold, and then switch to stop giving gold is gonna be turned on. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make a copy of this event page and paste it. And now we have a complete copy of this on page 2. Except instead of giving gold and setting switch 2 to on, it's just going to have a single dialogue. And this dialogue is going to be, I have given you gold. So this is what's going to appear after this NPC has given us gold. And to make this so this appears after we've gotten gold, simply set switch, my switch, which is going to be stop giving gold, as a condition. Now when this event is active, the first thing that's going to happen is the condition for page 2 is going to be checked. If this is false, then it's going to go on to page 1 and use this event. Otherwise, it's going to be using page 2's event. So say for example, at the very beginning of your game, stop giving gold, the switch is going to be turned off. So it's going to be using page 1. And on page 1, we're going to be given some gold, 100 gold, then switch is going to be turned on. Then when it's turned on, it's going to be using the other event, which doesn't give us gold and instead informs us that we've been given gold. Now, this is all perfect, it will work perfectly. But hopefully, you've seen the flaw in this setup, which is the fact that we don't want to have it so each individual event has their own switch they have to use. And what I mean by this is this right here. As you may notice, we have a limited supply of switches. I mean, we could change the maximum, give ourselves 100 switches, and we have 100 switches available for use. But in your game, you're going to have a lot of NPCs and events that are going to require much functionality and manipulation to make it so they do not repeatedly give you gold, items, weapons, etc. So there's actually a second way we can actually do this, and the answer is by using self-switches. Now, if you recall from the switches tutorial, switches are going to be global data that all events can access. But on the other hand, self-switches are individual switches that only affect each individual event. So what I mean by that is to say, instead of doing control switches like this, let's go into the events, and let's do control self-switch right here. And we'll set self-switch A on. Now self-switch A is going to be for this event and this event only. The other events will also have their own self-switch A, but it'll remain off, while this event's self-switch A is turned on. So let's go to the page 2, let's go to the conditions, turn off our switch condition, and instead have our self-switch condition turned on. Make it so it's self-switch A, and we are good to go. So let's review once again what's going to be happening here. We're going to have this first event active. It's going to give us some gold, then turn self-switch A on. Then, when this event is repeated, it's going to be using the second page since self-switch A is going to be turned on. And like I mentioned before, self-switches are only for each individual event. So having this event self-switch A turned on is not going to affect any of the self-switches of any other events. Furthermore, it's not going to take up any of your global switch slots, so you can use as many of these as you like per each event. Well, not really, because if you notice, each event only has 4 self-switches, A, B, C, and D. And now when we test it out in this game, and we talk to this person, they will give us some gold. And if you notice, we'll gain 100 gold in our inventory. But if we talk to them again, they're going to say, I have given you gold, and they're not going to increase our gold whatsoever. And that's because self-switch is now turned on for this event, so it's going to be using the second page instead of the first page. And that's really all for this tutorial. It's pretty simple actually, but at the same time, it's very important that you use this in order to restrict your events to performing a certain action at a certain period.
There's 2 minutes
Let's
left.
try out one more thing. Just as a demonstration as for how self-switches work and how eventing works all together, let's actually make another thing that goes on right here. Let's turn self-switch B on at the end of this event. Now let's copy this event page and paste it and make page 3's event condition be B. So now what's going to happen is we're going to start on page 1. It's going to turn self-switch A on, which is going to make it go to page 2. Page 2 is going to turn self-switch B on, which is going to go to page 3. And let's recall exactly why this happens. Remember, it's going to first check the condition of the highest numbered page. So page 3 is the highest number. It's going to check self-switch B and see that's going to be turned off. Next, it's going to check page 2. And it's going to notice that page 2's condition, which is going to be self-switch A is on, is also going to be false. So it's going to go to page 1, it's going to see it has no conditions, so it's going to use page 1. Next, after this event has completely finished running and self-switch A is turned on, it's going to go back to page 3, check page 3's condition again. If it's still self-switch B, which is false, it's going to go to page 2. But now, page 2's condition, which is if self-switch A is turned on, is not true. It's going to stop at page 2 and use page 2's event. Finally, after page 2 is run and self-switch B is turned on, it's going to once start again from page 3, check to see if this condition is true, and since page 3's condition is true, it's going to do whatever's in here, which will say page 3 is here, so page 3 is here. And that's really how eventing works altogether. What we could do actually is go right here and turn self switch A off. But this won't change a thing, because it's still going to start from page 3, and it's going to say, hey, self switch B is turned on, so it's still going to go here, even if self switch A is turned off. And that's really all there is. And that's all for this tutorial. If you enjoyed, please give this video a like, please subscribe, and ask any questions of anything you want to see in future beginners tutorials. And that's all for now. Until next time, RPG Maker tutorial end.
Okay, so I'll leave that for now and turn my music back up a bit. Good. The View from the Monastery by Celestial Alignment. Nice. Turn this off. Get rid of that. Show text. It won't budge. New event page. If block break is off, it should go away. Apply. Okay. Okay, so now I have to run it all the way back. No running in the halls. Detention for you. You hear something click as you feel around. Okay, clearly I messed something up here. Right, cancel. Maybe I should set this to on. Oops. Well, I'll apply it like this and see what happens. This really is just the nature of game dev in a nutshell. Oops. No running in the halls. Detention for you. It won't budge. It got one, but not the other. Oh, I think I get it. I'll add a new event page for this. Wait, better idea. There. This switch has already been pressed. Got him. Now I have to listen to this girl's, There. Detention for you. Fuck, it's gone. Oh, wait. Turn it on. Okay, conditional branch. Block break 1 is on. Right, this switch has already been pressed. That might have fixed things. Right. Let's just do the battle thing. You know what? I've got an idea. Seaside World. Okay, so detention. Detention equals 1. So then I'll do a new page for her. Never mind. Copy, paste. There. So while this... No, wait, this is be under actors. You want to go to detention that badly? Okay, then let's do it. So then transfer player to the Fortune 10 dungeon. That spot right there. Got it. Fly, sounds good. Now I don't have to go into town in order to Hey, I'm an NPC. Bit odd, innit? Do you think you're learning anything? Yes. Love that enthusiasm. Keep it up. Add one to that. Set up a conditional branch. If this is greater than or equal to 1. I feel like everything I learned in like doing game dev in college for my degree is finally coming in clutch. It's still not working. I might just set up a new NPC for this. Or okay. Detention? Sure, I can do that. And for you. So then transfer player. Fortune dungeon, the spot. Oh. Well, I didn't expect that to happen. I can't even talk to her now? Wait. Okay. Let's try this again. Okay, I can't talk to her now. Okay. If detention is greater than or equal to 1, because I set it to 2, so that way it'll always trigger. Oh, detention? Sure, I can make that happen. Okay, so now transfer player, fortune tent dungeon down here. Got it. Let's try it. Yes, save my changes, please. Oh, detention? Sure, I can make that happen. Okay, so I figured it out, but I haven't quite figured out why this one doesn't show up. Ah, okay. That makes sense. Cool, so now it appears. You hear something click as you feel around. Cool, it's all gone. Perfect. Okay, now I just have to set up this room. think I should still have water in this cup. I do. You found a key. It can open a locked door. So now I need to set this scene up. But now how exactly do I do that? Yeah, that already looks better. Holy shit. No, actually. I need to go back into that tile set. I'll set up E inside C. Actually, I don't think I need to do that. There's like a bench or something that I can grab. Oh, shit. Here we go. Yeah, that actually gives it a bit of a fuller look. I'm bad at doing asymmetry. I'll be the first to admit that. Oh, wait. Ooh. Like breaks in the wall. I like that. Okay. Okay, so it's gonna be this one. So, right cell switch. So, copy event page, paste event page. This is the one. Block break 2. Apply. Okay. On. So page 2. Copy event page. Okie dokie. Paste. Get rid of this one. If block break 2 is on, set this to block break 2. Dunzo. Copy event page. Paste. Delete. Page 2, copy. Okay. Right. Spacebar. Okay, apply. Actually, yes, that's exactly what I want. Paste event page. Delete this. Apply, okay. Copy again. Paste. Okay, have I figured this out? Oh, detention? Sure, I can make that happen. Okay. First of all, shit. That didn't work how I wanted it to. There. Well, that doesn't matter, actually. Whether I set it as same or below characters for the second page, because I'm trying to pass through it. Oh. Therein lies my problem. Got it. Got it, got it, got it, got it. That's done. Well, at least I'm not going through it. You found a key. Okay, so I almost have this dungeon setup done, but why don't I... Huh. So then how do I set it so that the door doesn't open when I'm interacting with it? Dungeon door 1. Okay, but before I do that... Trigger action button. This door is locked. Maybe a key will open it. If keys found is greater than or equal to 1, you unlocked the door. Let me try this one more time then. What the? I shouldn't be able to walk through these. That's a bit weird. Okay. So that in... Pretty much I have the dungeon-ish room set up how I want it. So let's watch one more tutorial, which is auto run events. Copy this. Okay,
So
the
remember when
description
we
has been
first going
updated.
over
If
events,
you
when
refresh
we
the
talked about
stream,
the trigger,
you
which
should
is going to be
able
the thing that has to
see
be
it.
true or has to happen before the contents of the event actually get run. So right now we've been using the action button, which means the player has to push the action button while on or next to this event to make it start. We also have what's known as a player touch, and this just means when the player touches the event, that event is going to run. We have the event touch, which not only is the same as a player touch, but also adds in the possibility of an event touching the player. It's a little confusing, but at the same time, all three of these things are pretty simple and easy to understand. But in today's video, we're going to be focusing on this guy right here, which is the auto run trigger. Now, auto run, I like to think of as like no trigger, because in reality, it's just a lack of a trigger. It just automatically runs the event no matter what happens. And so the way it works is that
I'll
the
turn down my
instant
Spotify again.
this event gets created, the map is active, and everything's good to go, then this event is going to be running its contents over and over and over again while the trigger is auto run. This is similar to parallel process, or just parallel, as you see right here. Now, there's a vital difference between these two. Let's go back to auto right here. When an auto run is running, the player won't be able to move or anything. This is sort of similar to when you interact with another NPC and they start a dialogue. When the dialogue is active, the player cannot move. And even when a wait event is occurring, the player cannot move throughout that wait event. And that's similar with auto run. With auto run, the player won't be able to move when the events are running. So you can pretty much imagine what this is going to be like. On the other hand, parallel trigger means that the events are going to be running in the background, but the player will be able to move. We'll worry about that later, but today's video, we're going to be focusing on auto run. Now to start off, as you see right here, I have this completely blank event. You can pretty much just stick this event wherever you want inside the room. I usually like to stick them in the top left corner, just so I have all my auto run events organized in one spot so I don't lose them on bigger maps or something. But anyway, let's go into our auto run event right here. As you can see, no image because we want just the event to run stuff and not actually have to be interactive with the player. So, doesn't matter the priority, doesn't matter all these options. In fact, none of this matters except for the contents and the trigger, which we've set to auto run. So let's do a very basic example. Let's show text and we'll say, this is run because of auto run. Whoop, there we go, auto run. Yay, we did it. And so we'll hit OK, and we'll hit OK. And now when the player enters this room, that auto run event will continuously run. So let's walk into the house. Whoop, here we go. And when we walk into the house and the map starts, immediately our thing is going to run and say, this is a run because of the auto. Wow, that's a weird sentence. But anyway, let's click it. And once again, it's going to appear. No matter how many times we click this dialog box, it's going to continue onward because there's nothing stopping the event from immediately running over and over and over and over and over and over. And fortunately, if you watched the previous tutorial, you already know how to fix this. What we're going to do is we're going to create a new event at the very end of this, control self switch, turn self switch A on, then in a new event page, make the condition self switch A is on, but instead of having the trigger be auto run, it'll just be action button, so it doesn't actually affect the player at all, and it just sits there in the top corner doing absolutely nothing and doesn't affect the game at all. So now, when the auto run occurs, it's going to play this dialog once, then it's going to set auto switch A, did I say auto switch? I meant self switch A on, then it's going to go to page 2 and everything's going to be good to go. And this time, when we enter the house, we'll find that the dialogue runs once, but then after it's done, we can move around and we're good to go. Now, the real question is, what do we use this for? And the main answer is cutscenes that automatically run when a certain map starts. So let's get straight into that. So as you probably noticed, that room is pretty empty as you see right here. So let's make it so when the player enters this room for the first time, they go around and make a mention on how empty this real entire house is really. So it's gonna be pretty simple. If you recall from one of the previous tutorials, we can use the movement route thing right here to set a movement route for the player or an NPC. So we'll set player, move up a couple times, then we'll have them wait for a couple frames, so wait maybe 10 frames, then they'll turn to the left, to wait another 10 frames, or maybe 15. 14, okay, why not? Turn right, wait another 14 frames, this is important to keep it a good pace. Then they'll turn back up again, and wait another, say, 15 frames. Or 14. Anyway, once they're done moving around, it'll wait because we have this wait trigger right here. So wait for completion. So it's going to wait for all that to finish. And when it does finish, we're going to have a dialogue that says, hey, this place sure is empty. So we'll say, hey, this place sure is empty. And let's give it player face. I hope we have this player face. We'd have her. Oh, here it is, my face. Oh, here they are. Oh, that's beautiful. Anyway, we'll hit OK, and then it'll turn self switch A on, and it'll go to the second page, and it'll stay this way for the rest of the entire game. And now, once we enter the house, what will happen is the player will first walk up. I'm not controlling anything. They'll look around a bit, and then they'll say, hey, this place sure is empty. And then we'll be free to go. If we leave the house and come back, it'll actually not run the cutscene again because that event self-switch will be permanently set to on no matter what. And yeah, that's really all for this tutorial. It's a very simple concept, but it's going to be extremely important in the future when we're going over cutscenes, intro scenes to your game, and all that crazy stuff. And so, yeah, that's all for this video. Look forward to more tutorials in the future, and yeah, please give this video a like and subscribe, and comment below what you may want to see in the future beginner's tutorial. Until next time, RPG Maker tutorial end and stuff. Okay, yeah. Okay.
He fizzled out at the end there. And I respect that. Do I want to practice that? I suppose I can set up a beach NPC. Or, well, same as auto run. Let's see. Okay, I'll set that up. So, for this, I need to go, because I come in here, I think. Up, okay, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. What did he do?
The event lead of this, control self switch, turn self switch, trigger B, play this here as runs first time. So it's gonna be pretty simple. Movement route for the player or an NPC tutorials, we can use the movement route thing.
Set movement route. That's the command. Set movement route. Okay, move this back over. Set movement route. So then move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I need to move up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Move right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then move up 1, 2. So excuse me, do you have the time? Show text. Get away from me, you pervert. Play sound effect. Attack 1? Nope. Nope. Yeah, that'll work. Apply that for now. Oh, it's within the transfer command. So control self switch A. Okay, so then transfer player all the way back outside.
Once they're done moving around, it'll wait because we have this wait trigger right here. So wait for completion. So it's gonna wait for all that to finish. And when it does finish, we're gonna have a dialogue that says, hey, this place sure is empty. So we'll say, hey, this place sure is empty. And let's give it our player face. I hope we have this player face. We have it. Oh, here it is, my face. Oh, here they are. Oh, that's beautiful. Anyway, we'll hit OK, and then it'll turn self switch A on, and it'll go to the second page, and it'll stay this way for the rest of the entire game. And now, once we enter the house, what will happen is the player will first walk up. I'm not controlling anything. They'll look around a bit, and then they'll say, hey, this place sure is empty. And then we'll be free to go. Even if we leave the house and come back, it'll actually not run the cutscene again, because that's free to go. We'll look around now, once switch A on, and it'll go to the second page, and it'll stay this way for the rest of the entire game.
Self switch A. Show text. I'll grab the Denny face. What the hell was that for? Show text. Grab that actor. It's it's magic. I ain't gotta explain shit. Alright, fine. Alright, so I'm gonna see if this works. Here we go. Excuse me, do you have the time? Get away from me, you pervert! Oh, she despawns. I guess I'll add in a conditional branch if self switch A is on. Same as characters. Action button. Excuse me, do you have the time? Get away from me, you pervert! She's still despawning. I think I'll set her up outside then, actually. NPC that slapped me. Wait, where am I coming out? Okay, good. Oops. Oops. Yeah, good. But I think I need to make this global. Control switches got slapped. Control switches got slapped equals on. Apply, okay. So then I'll set this up under here, got slapped. NPC that slapped me. Priority, same as characters, action button, apply. I'll go grab the other characters page. Oh, is that the reason? That's probably the reason. Control self switch A on. Transfer player, Seaside World back down here. Okay, now let me try this one more time. Excuse me, do you have the time? Get away from me, you pervert! What the hell was that for? It's magic. I ain't gotta explain shit. Alright, fine. Okay. And there it goes. So I've learned and taught myself quite a bit, and I think this is as good a stopping point as any. I will continue with more of these tutorials next week. So for the time being, I do not have a general plan of what I want to make, but I think the best rule of thumb for this sort of thing is to play some RPG Maker games, and also just keep doing these tutorials to keep learning, because even if I don't have any kind of semblance of a plan right now, continuing to learn the engine will still help me no matter what. That, and I enjoy just continuing to do these tutorials and continuing to just like take the piss out of the whole thing, because like obviously you guys have been able to see with how I set a lot of the things up, but I'm having fun, and I think that's what counts in the end. But that's going to be the end of the stream, everybody. Thank you all so much for tuning into this new thing of Pause and Effect Quick Play. I might actually change the name of this type of stream of me learning like engines and programs and stuff like this, because Quick Play doesn't exactly do it justice, but I'm not 100% certain on what to call it. If you have like suggestions, then please let me know. So if you liked what you saw though, please consider liking the stream, subscribing to the channel, ringing the bell to get notified of future streams, and leaving a comment down below on what you thought of this stream. All that and more will absolutely help this channel get painted in a better light with the algorithm, and I thank everybody for their efforts so far. Plus, thank you for continuing to engage with my shorts. I don't know if I have any more Pizza Tower things left in the deck, but I might not. I will see what happens though. So please tune in again on Sunday. I'm going to be playing more Sea of Stars at that time. Hold on a moment. Excuse me. But with all that being said, you guys have been an excellent audience. Once again, this has been Pause and Effect Quick Play. I've been your host, CJ, and thank you so much for watching again. Have a great rest of your night, everyone. Take care. Bye.